In this chapter, first is what are haloalkanes. So haloalkanes, if we categorize, it is replacement of hydrogen atom in an aliphatic hydrocarbon by halogen atom results in formation of alkyl halide. So if you have CH3, you replace one hydrogen by chlorine, so it becomes haloalkane. Aliphatic compound, hydrogen replaced by halogen. For example, here it is methane, and it can be one chlorine replaces hydrogen or two chlorines replace three, four. These are haloalkanes. Depending on how many haloalkane, how many halides are there, we will call them di, tri, tetra, etc. Arenes are aromatic compounds. So when we replace hydrogen by halogen in an aromatic compound, then it is haloarene. For example, we have benzene here, and hydrogens are replaced by chlorines. Depending on how many hydrogens have been replaced, the name will change. Then further categorization, if we understand the broad way, organic compounds are classified mainly in two categories: open chain, closed chain. Means we have CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. This is open chain. And closed chain, for example, we have cyclopentane. Now, cyclopentane or maybe benzene ring also. So ring can be of two types. So when we say closed chain, that is the ring compound or cyclic compound, there are two types: homocyclic or carbocyclic compounds, and then heterocyclic. Heterocyclic compounds are those ones in which different type of atoms are there in the cycle. So for example, carbon, nitrogen, carbon, nitrogen, carbon, nitrogen, carbon, like this. Then it is heterocyclic. Okay? Or there are multiple cycles, different types of cycles. But if we talk about homocyclic or carbocyclic, these are further divided into two, which we will be talking about: alicyclic compounds and aromatic compounds. Alicyclic compounds are, for example, cyclohexane, etc. Aromatic compounds, benzene. So here, cyclohexane, for example, and here benzene. Aromatic cyclic compounds, aliphatic cyclic compounds. These are aliphatic cyclic compounds. These are aromatic cyclic. Aromatic cyclic compounds are further divided in benzenoid and non-benzenoid. Means the compounds which contain benzene ring, benzenoids. The compounds which do not have benzene ring but they have aromaticity, or the conditions of aromaticity are there, okay, three conditions, then these will be non-benzenoid, not containing the benzene ring. Broad classification. Then we talk about the how many halogens are there. 1, 2, 3, depending on mono, di, tri, tetra, penta. For example, this is mono, this one is di, this one is tri. Now, based on hybridization also, there is categorization, and from here questions appear in your examination. Based on hybridization, what is the categorization? Depending on the name will change, which type of hybridization it is. For example, sp3 hybridized carbon of CX means carbon halogen bond. This carbon is sp3 hybridized. Then there will be alkyl halides, allylic halides, benzylic halides. I will be talking about these three in details. First, just reference. And then sp2 hybridized carbon of the CX bond. So if it is sp2 hybridized, then there are two possibilities: vinylic halide or aryl halide. Now, in detail, one by one, sp3 alkyl halide. It is simple. Alkyl means aliphatic compounds, alkyl halides like this. So this is CH3Cl or CH3Br. This is halogen. In this carbon is sp3 hybridized because you can see there are 4 bonds. No lone pair. So as per VSEPR theory, this will have tetrahedral structure. sp3 hybridization. This hydrogen can be replaced by any alkyl group also. So there can be this alkyl group, for example, instead of just CH3Cl, it can be CH3CH2Cl. This group is CH3, for example. Or there might be 2 alkyl groups. This hydrogen also replaced. So there are 2 replaced. Then it will be like CH3C, CH3, Cl, and CH, this hydrogen. So this is again sp3 hybridized because this carbon has 4 bonds. Anyway, all 3 hydrogens can be replaced even then. Methyl, 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 or even ethyl, whatever alkyl group you replace. But this carbon in all these cases is sp3 hybridized. This will be simply alkyl halide. So most of the cases which you have done in 11th standard, we were talking about alkyl halides. Then for sp3, there is another possibility, allylic halide. And allylic, how do you remember? A for allylic, A for adjacent. This is how you will remember. So in this case, there is a double bond between carbon and carbon. And this double bond is on the adjacent carbon, that carbon to which halogen is attached. Understand this carefully. Suppose this is the carbon and to which halogen is attached, say chlorine. Then there will be adjacent carbon, and this adjacent carbon will have double bond. This is the carbon having halide. This is adjacent carbon. This adjacent carbon will have double bond. This structure is known as allylic. So then we will call it allylic halide. After double bond, there can be CH2, but this group is known as allylic group. Obviously, there will be hydrogens, so you need to complete the valencies. This will be CH2, CH. Allylic halides. So type of halides, allylic halide. What is the hybridization of this carbon? This carbon is anyway sp3 hybridized because it has 4 bonds. Carbon which is attached to halogen has sp3 hybridization. Then the third one, and one more example here. This is another example of allylic halide. And the reason is same definition which I told you. Okay? The same definition. Rita, switch off your mic. The definition is, this is the carbon having halogen. This is adjacent carbon having double bond. That's why this is also allylic halide. Next, benzylic halide. And remember, it is benzylic. and understand the difference. The difference is the benzyl group is this one. Benzyl group is not just benzene. Just benzene is phenyl group. If it is just benzene attached to any other main chain, then this is phenyl, not benzyl. Benzyl group has CH2 attached to it. This is again sp3 hybridized because this carbon, if you see, this carbon has 4 bonds. This carbon has hydrogen, hydrogen, 2 hydrogens and halogens, say chlorine. Okay. ROE, yes, in case of benzylic halides, benzene is main chain. Benzene is main chain, but this group will be considered as benzylic group. So carbon here is sp3 hybridized. In this case also. Again, all three. The first one is alkyl halide. sp3 hybridization categorization, alkyl halide. All alkyls, simple alkyls, sp3 hybridization. Then allylic halide. Allylic halides will be sp3 hybridized. We are talking about only that carbon to which halogen is attached. Hybridization of that carbon only. Then the third one is benzylic halide. Here also that carbon which is attached to halogen will have sp3 hybridization. Now sp2 hybridization. Okay. This is another example. You can replace hydrogen by alkyl groups. Even then the carbon will remain sp3 hybridized because it will have 4 bonds, no lone pair. Now sp2 hybridization. Here we will have vinylic halide. Remember we talked about allylic halide, sp3 hybridized. Here we are talking about vinylic halide. And the definition is vinylic halide will be having double bond on the same carbon to which halogen is attached. So here also there will be double bond, but in allylic halides, A for allylic, A for adjacent carbon. But in vinylic halide, it will be on the same carbon. If I write it in expanded form, it is CH2 double bond CHX, like this. CH2 CHX. So this carbon is attached to halogen and has double bond as well. Double bond and halogen are on the same carbon, and that's why you see there are 3 arms only. This hydrogen, if you write here, only 3 arms, this one, this one, this one. So that it will sp2. Remember, we consider only sigma bonds in hybridization, only sigma bonds. Okay, so this double bond, this pi bond will not be considered, only sigma bond will be considered. So there are 3 sigma bonds in sp2 hybridization without any lone pair. Similarly, here also, carbon to which halogen is attached has double bond. And here also 3 sigma bonds, sigma, 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 sp2 hybridization. Vinylic halides have sp2 hybridization. Now the last one in this categorization, aryl halides. Aryl halides also have sp2 hybridization. Suppose you have the benzene ring. This is aryl. And here you have chlorine attached. So to this carbon where chlorine is attached, you have the double bond attached and chlorine on the same carbon. Okay. But there are only 3 sigma bonds. That's why sp2 hybridization, because there is no lone pair. These are categorized differently from vinylic halide. The reason is, otherwise, if you see, this is similar to that one, to which the carbon to which the halogen is attached, double bond is attached. Here also, if you see the carbon to which halogen is attached, double bond is attached. The reason is that due to resonance, there is no specificity of this double bond. You can't say that this double bond exists here, but you can certainly say that there are 3 sigma bonds. This is, you can say with certainty. 3 sigma bonds with no lone pair will lead to sp2 hybridization. Now, these can be derivatives also. So there can be methyl group also attached there, but this condition should be satisfied. Aryl halides are sp2 hybridized. Going back, just to understand, we talked about sp3 hybridized carbon of the halide. There we talked about alkyl halide, allylic halide, double bond on adjacent, and benzylic halide, CH2 group attached to the benzene ring, C6H5CH2. This is the benzylic group. And then we can have Cl, or we can have Br, or we can have iodine, whatever. Allylic will be that the carbon to which chlorine is attached. Okay. To this one, you will have carbon, another, and this adjacent carbon will have double bond, halide. Then we talked about phenylic. In this case, the same carbon to which chlorine is attached will have double bond. Aryl halide means the halogen is directly attached to the aryl group. For example, benzene. Now, common and IUPAC names. This part is easy because you have already done this in 11th history. A few common names you need to remember with their IUPAC names. The first one is very simple. Common name here will be as per the norms. If it is just straight chain, then you add N here. So instead of calling it bromopropane, you will call it N-bromopropane or N-propyl bromide in case of common. But if you talk about the IUPAC name, this bromine is attached to first carbon. Then you will call it 1-bromopropane. Common name, IUPAC name, you need to remember. For this compound, common name will be N-propyl bromide because it is a straight chain. That's why N. And IUPAC name will be 1-bromopropane because bromine is attached on the first carbon. Next, this one. Now, if you rearrange this one, you will get it like CH3CHCl CH3. It is like this. And you can tell me the common name of this. Shashwat, there is chlorine also. Otherwise, your answer is correct. Yes, correct. So because chlorine is there, you need to include that in the name. Mehak, that is basically a combination of common name and IUPAC name. If it is common name, don't include the numbering. And in common name, the halide will come in the last in common names. Okay? Arohi, you are close, but it is not propane attached to chlorine. It is propyl group attached to chlorine. Shashwat, now correct. Good. Mehak, now correct. Anish, there are 3 carbons, Anish, and that is IUPAC name, not the common name. Are we correct? So this is iso group. We talked about this. This is iso group. And how many carbons are there? Three. Isopropyl chloride. Propyl, because it is not propane now. One hydrogen is less. One hydrogen has been replaced by chlorine. So you won't call it propane, you will call it propyl. Now it is alkyl group. And if you do numbering, it can be from any side because it is symmetrical. 1, 2, 3. On second, you have chlorine. So it will be 2-chloropropene. Yes, so Hina, Vanna, your answers were correct. 2-chloropropane. Now the third one. Here again, something is similar to the previous one. Arohi, if it is 3 carbons in this fashion, okay, then it will be isopropyl. But I'm telling you that it will be different slightly. Iso will be there, but now there are 4 carbons. So iso group is still there, but in the compound you have 4 carbons. So you will not call it isopropyl. Are she correct? Shashwat, no. Tuhina, correct. Shivangi, correct. Arohi, correct. Good. So it is iso group, but because there are 4 carbons in total, you will say iso butyl chloride. Yes, Vanna, Preeta, Sudipta, correct. Shivangi, Meena, Shashwat, correct. And IUPAC name, if you do, IUPAC name numbering will start from where chlorine is attached. Okay. So it will be 1 chloro, on 1 you have chloro, on 2 you have methyl. So 1 chloro, 2 methyl, and the main chain is of 3 carbon propane. Now one point you need to note, when you are writing common names, you will have gap in between. In IUPAC names, there will not be any gap unless it is acid. If you write oic acid, then there will be gap between oic and acid. Otherwise, in IUPAC names, in most of the cases, there won't be any gap. Just go through all these again. If there is any confusion, let me know. Next. Now this is benzene ring. Bromine is attached. In this case, IUPAC name and the common name both are same. Bromobenzene. Bromobenzene. Yes, Mehak Vanna, correct. Bromobenzene. Next, here it will be different. Because in IUPAC name, you will be using numbering 1, 2, 3, etc. And in common name, you will be using ortho, meta, para, etc. Yes, Arohi, correct. Arohi, you need to include how many bromines are there. Otherwise, your answer is correct. She correct. It is dihalo compound, dibromide. So we will say it is M dibromobenzene. We will include this di because there are 2 bromines. Although it is evident if we say meta, but that is the convention. Yes, Arohi, benzene is the main chain here. Sorry, I think that was previous comment. Yes. So in this case, M dibromobenzene. And if you write the IUPAC name, you will consider 1, 2, 3 like this, and it will be 1, 3 dibromobenzene. Correct, Varsha, correct. Yeah. So in that case, it will be 1, 3 dibromobenzene. You must write di, tri, etc. Now next one. If you know you have done this one, but there is another name for this one. If you have all the bromines symmetrically distributed, these 3 bromines are symmetrically distributed. So common name will be sim tribromobenzene. This indicates that all 3 benzenes are symmetrically distributed. Okay. There are 3 bromines, so tribromobenzene, common. And IUPAC name, obviously, if you write it 1, it will be 1, 3, 5 tribromobenzene. Yes, what's correct. Next. Now we are talking about IUPAC name only. Okay. And you can actually tell me the common name also. In 11th, we talked about it in details. A specific name for a specific group. Okay, Ashi, good. Tell me what should be the name. We have done this in 11th. Common name I am talking about at the moment. Okay. Preetha, you are very close. Remember, if one hydrogen is less, it will be alkyl group, not alkane. So you need to modify the name. Otherwise, it is correct. Shivangi, this is not iso group. Iso group is only this one. But this carbon has 2 or 3 methyl groups. This is not iso group. Rather, there is another name for this one, which I have told you. Yes, Preetha, correct now. Rohi, correct, good. Shivangi got it, good. So we talked about that this group is known as neopentyl. The common name will be neopentyl chloride. There are 5 carbons, that's why pentyl, not butyl. Neopentyl, because of 5 carbons. And IUPAC name is simple 1, 2, 3. On 1 you have chlorine, on 2 you have methyl. Varsha, you are close. On 2 you need to mention 2, 2 dimethyl. 2, 2 is necessary. So you will say 1 chloro, 2, 2 dimethyl propane. Suvarna, your answer was correct. Now the next one, and this one is very easy. Tell me the common name first. What will be the common name of this one? So, Ashi, correct. Yashwat, correct. Preeta, no. Mac, no. Arohi, correct. Preeta, no. Think again which group it is. Rearrange and then think. Shivangi, correct. Varsha, no. It is not a straight chain in the sense that bromine is not at the end. N is written when bromine is at the end. Mehak, now correct. Preeta, now correct. Tuhina, correct. So basically, as I did in previous case, it is if you rearrange, it is iso group, isn't it? So just make it a habit that if you see it like this, you need to understand it is iso group. Remember, only two methyl groups should be there. Only two, not three. So it will be isopropyl bromide. Common name will be isopropyl bromide. Okay, Mahek, correct. So IUPAC name, tell me the IUPAC name now. This one is very easy. You should be able to tell me very quickly. Yes, Mahek, Kashi, correct. Shivangi, correct. Vanda, correct. Varsha, correct. Don't have the space between bromo and propane. Correct. And have a dash between 2 and B. Arohi, correct. Sudipta, correct. Ahan, correct. Preeta, correct. Good. Okay, so the convention sometimes, your teachers are very strict and they might deduct marks. If you say it is 2, have hyphen here, then this B will be capital. Then there won't be any gap. 2 bromo. Okay. These points sometimes can cost you marks, so just pay attention there. Dihalo compounds. Now, dihalo compounds means there will be 2 halogens. And based on where the halogens are attached, there are broadly two types of dihalo compounds. One, geminal dihalides and vicinal dihalides. Okay, we talked about it in 11th grade as well. Who is going to tell me geminal dihalide? What is geminal dihalide? Vicinal dihalide, at least you can guess. The vicinal means in the vicinity, adjacent. Vicinal is from vicinity, close to one another, adjacent. So vicinal dihalides will have, for example, if I have CH3, CH3, this is ethane, and Mehak, in terms of OH, your answer is correct. Vanna, your answer was correct regarding geminal dihalide. Okay. So suppose one hydrogen from each carbon is replaced, CH2, CH2, and the hydrogen is replaced by chlorine. So the adjacent carbons have halogens, so this is vicinal dihalide. Yes, Sashi, correct. And when it is opposite of that means same carbon has, in case of geminal dihalide, it will have same. So CH3, CH3, two hydrogens of the same carbon, that is CH, Cl, Cl. This is geminal dihalide. Both the chlorines, both the bromines, both the iodines are on the same carbon. Then it is geminal dihalide. If these are on adjacent carbon, then it is vicinal dihalide. So remember, if you are given a compound like this, it is not vicinal dihalide or geminal dihalide. The reason is the chlorines are not on the same carbon and the chlorines are not on adjacent carbons. These two carbons are not adjacent to each other. There is one more carbon in between. This is not vicinal dihalide or geminal dihalide. For vicinal dihalide on adjacent carbons. So this is the definition written. It is also called gem in short. Instead of geminal, we write gem dihalide. The chlorines are on the same carbon. IUPAC name in this case 1,1-dichloroethane. In case of vicinal on adjacent carbons, 1,2-dichloroethane. In short, vicinal dihalide, also written as Vic dihalide. Remember, although here in headings it is written vicinal halide and geminal halide, the name when you name it and in the examination, you will say vicinal dihalide, not just halide or geminal dihalide. Yes, Varsha. The point here is that if you have carbons, say, and I am not writing the hydrogens, and suppose this carbon has two chlorines, then same carbon has chlorines, we will call it geminal dihalide, common. Okay. If we have C like this and say halogens are on adjacent carbons, then it will be vicinal dihalide. In vicinal dihalides, can be on any two adjacent. So chlorine can be here also. These are again adjacent. Chlorines can be here also adjacent. In geminal also, on any carbon, chlorine can be here also. On the same carbon, two halogens geminal. On adjacent carbons, vicinal. Shivangi, that was the example I gave you here. This is the example. Yeah, you can have here, you can have anything. Yeah. So for example, another example will be CH3, CH2, CCl, Cl, CH3, for example. This is geminal dihalide, a type of geminal dihalide. IUPAC name of this one will be 2,2 dichlorobutane. Geminal dihalide does not mean that it is the name. Geminal dihalide means it is the type of that particular halide. Vicinal dihalide is not the name. Vicinal dihalide means this particular halide has halogens on adjacent carbon atoms. Shivangi, is that clear? So these are not exact names. These are types. Sudipta, that's what we are doing basically. You're saying, can it be possible for halogen placed different carbon atoms but of same type? Yes, that's what we are saying, that these are of the same type and these are on different carbon atoms, then these will be vicinal. So then in that case, these will be vicinal. Here chlorines are of same type halogen, but these are on different carbon atoms which are adjacent. Then vicinal. Otherwise, if these are not on adjacent carbons, these will not be vicinal dihalide, neither vicinal nor geminal in that case. If I write like this is neither vicinal nor geminal because chlorines are not on adjacent carbon atoms. The carbon atoms have to be adjacent, connected to each other, to which chlorine is attached. Then it would have been vicinal, like here. So carbon carbon are attached to each other. That's why these are vicinal halides, adjacent. Now the question, and tricky one question. Draw the structures of all 8 structural isomers that have the molecular formula C5H11Br. 5 H11 Br. So first of all, you need to write, you can write N propyl bromide, sorry, N alkyl bromide. So in that case, you can have CH3, CH2, 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 Br. And you can see there are 5 carbons, 11 hydrogen, 1 bromine. So in that case, it will be N pentyl bromine. If we are talking about the common, okay? Otherwise, 1 bromo group. Now you can try yourself. You can move bromine from one place to another place. You can move CH3 from one place to another place. So for example, this CH3, if you move somewhere here, then this one will become the terminal carbon. So instead of CH3 to CH2, it will be CH3 now. And here, because you will have CH3 attached, this won't be CH2, rather it will be CH now only to balance the valencies. Then keep the other parts in. What you did, you moved CH3 here as branch. Again, the formula is same, 5 carbons, 11 hydrogen, 1. So IUPAC name will be 1 bromo, 3 methyl butane. But common name will be cis iso group, but there are 5 carbons, isopentyl bromide. You need to brush up all those concepts. Okay. Yes, Preeta, Ashi, correct answers you have to know. So you need to just do hit and trial and move bromine. It is not even hit and trial. You just move bromine one by one and CH3, how many branches you can have on the carbon. So increase the number of branches. That way you will get all 8 structural isomers one by one. I am showing you. So the first one is open chain 1 bromopentane and it is 1 degree. Remember the question says once you draw, write the name and also classify these as primary, secondary or tertiary. So here the halide is attached to that carbon which is attached to only one carbon. So this is 1 degree carbon. Why this is 1 degree carbon? Because this carbon is attached to only one carbon. 1 degree carbon definition is the carbon is attached to one or none. None means CH4, for example. So in this case, CH3Br, this is 1 degree, not 0 degree, 1 degree. Definition is one or none. One bromopentane, 1 degree. Then move bromine from end point terminal carbon to second carbon. Now it becomes 2 bromopentane, and because now bromine is attached to that carbon which is attached to 2 carbons, it is 2 degree carbon which bromine is attached to 2 degree. Now again move bromine to this carbon. When you move this one, you get this one. On third carbon, now you have bromine, but this carbon is again 2 degree because it is attached to 2 carbons. So we will call it 3 bromopentane, but it will remain 2 degree. Bromine is now on third carbon. Yes, that is something I told you for reference, ROE. Okay. So 3 bromopentane, 2 degree. Then again, now move methyl, as I told you in previous case. Remove the ethyl from here to here. Now remember, bromine is at the end. So this carbon is 1 degree, it is attached to only one carbon. IUPAC name 1 bromo 3 methyl butane, but it is 1 degree. Then again move methyl group, sorry, bromine here to this carbon. So it was attached here, we moved it here. You could have moved first methyl group here, okay, from here to here. In this case, we moved bromine first. Now the numbering will start from right side because B comes before M. Bromine, methyl group, bromide group, B comes before M. So numbering will start from the right side because it is symmetrical from both sides. Second from left, second from right. 2 bromo 3 methyl butane, it is 2 degree because the carbon to which bromine is attached is 2 degree carbon. It is attached to 2 carbons. So 2 degree halide. Okay. Now move bromine again to here. So we are moving bromine at the moment. You get this one. In this case, the numbering will be on the left from left hand side because the chains, both chains are closer from left hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will be 2 bromo 2 methyl butane. Now the carbon to which the bromine is attached, this carbon is attached to 3 carbons. So that's why it is 3 degree carbon. So 3 degree halide, tertiary halide. Oh, Yastika. Yastika, we are asked to draw as many structures as possible with the same formula. So that's what we are doing. We are keeping the formula same. We are keeping 5 carbons, 11 hydrogen, 1 bromine, and we are trying different structures. Different structures we can get by moving methyl group or bromine at different places. That's what we are doing. Is that clear? Read the question again. Draw the structures of all 8 structural isomers. Means these are isomers having the same formula, but their structures should be different. So that's what we are doing. We are drawing different structures. So remember 6 we have got till now. 3 and 3 here. Now, as I said in previous case, we moved CS3 from here to here. If I go here, we moved CS3 from here to here. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 bromo, 2 methyl butane. The carbon to which bromine is attached is 1 degree carbon. Next, move this CS3 group also here. So now we are moving CS3 group, okay? In previous slide, we were moving bromine. Now we are moving methyl group here. In this case, tell me which degree halide it is. It is 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree. Tell me just the degree of the one which I have encircled. Rita, no. Ashi, correct. Shashwat Mehak, correct. Shivangi, correct. Sudipta, think again. Varsha, correct. Rohi, I am talking about degree. Tell me the degree of this. Prita, correct. Tuhina, think again. I told you the definition. That's why I am repeating the definition again and again. Rohi, Vanna, correct now. Okay. The carbon which is attached to bromine, this carbon, is attached to how many carbons? It is attached to only 1 carbon. So it is 1 degree. And this is usually the mistake students do, and that's why I asked. They think that probably this is deciding the degree. No. This carbon which is attached to halide will decide the degree. So numbering 1, 2, 3. On 2 you have 2 methyl groups attached. So 2 dimethyl. Or at 1 you have bromine also. 1 bromo, 2 dimethyl propane. And it is 1 degree halide. Now you have all 8 halide. Any confusion? Just go through again. First is the straight chain, then we moved bromine, then again we moved bromine. Then in this case, we moved methyl group first from the first one, okay? And then we again moved bromine and again moved bromine up to here. Then for the rest two, we started from here and moved methyl group here. And then again moved methyl group here. Now next question, and these questions are very common in your tests and exams. And when you get these type of questions, draw the structure which you can understand. So start from here. It is actually CH3, CH double bond, CH single bond, CH, and on the same carbon, CH3. And then bromine attached here. It's like this. So first draw it in a way that you can understand, and then think from where the numbering will start. Because again, the students make mistakes here. I have seen many students making mistake here. Okay, one now think again. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Varsha, no, not in that case. We can't have more than 8. 8 maximum possible. In other compounds, we can have more than 8, but that will be the maximum you will be asked in examination. Mahak, nope. Mahak, Mahak, correct. Arohi, nope. Ashi, nope. Okay, Ashi might be correct. Just skip my correct. Pita, okay. Okay, now think. Now think logic. And then you will be able to understand. Okay. Basically, and I think a few were wrong. I said correct. Okay. Rearrange this one. This you can rearrange as CH3, CH, 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 CH3. Yeah, this is how you need to write it. Yeah. Clear? Now tell me the answer. I think Arohi, your answer was correct. Now tell me the answer. Okay, Ahan, correct. Four bromo went to E. Are she correct? So we now think again. So if you rearrange this like this, then you can write the answer very quickly. Because now you know that this is the longest chain. And double bond is functional group. Bromine is not the functional group. Double bond is functional group. So if double bond is functional group, it is closer to left hand side. 1, 2, 3, 5. So you have bromine on fourth, double bond on second carbon. That will be 4 bromo, pent 2. Uh, Varsha, we have not changed the structure, we have rearranged it. We are not changing the structure, we are rearranging the structure. So for example, you can write CH3, CH, Cl, CH3 like this. If you rearrange, you can write CH3, CH, CH3, Cl. Both are same. These CH3 are attached to central carbon. Here also CH3 attached to central carbon. Here chlorine attached to middle carbon, chlorine attached to middle carbon. So we are not changing the structure. We are just rearranging the, we are writing it differently. The structure is same. What I mean to say that structure is same. If you see this thing, the structure is same. This is what I have written as this. All bonds are same. And to this carbon, we have bromine attached. And to the same carbon, we have bromine attached. Because you need to find the longest chain. The longest chain is this one. So that's why it will be 4 bromo pent 2 E. Now next one. And again rearrange. We have CH2. Then double bond. After double bond, we have C. And on this C, we have CH3 attached. Then we have single bond. After single bond, we have CH. And to the same carbon, we have CH3 attached. And to the same carbon, we have bromine attached. But again, rearrange it. Move bromine here and CH3 here. These will remain connected to this one. So have this Br and this as CH3. Same thing. We have just rearranged. So CH2 double bond, CH3 single bond, CH, CH3. Now number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, many correct answers. Let me see. Mehak, there is methyl group as well. Varsha, there is methyl group as well. She, correct. Shashwat, mention the methyl group. Preeta, correct. Vanna, correct. Arohi, correct now. So remember, the double bond is on the first carbon. So it is either you write butene or but1. I would suggest that mention the position of double bond. Shashwat, okay. Now correct. Ahan, correct. Tuhina. No, Tuhina, bromine. B comes first, then M, methyl. Okay. So first write. You have 3 bromo. You have 2 methyl. And then you have main chain but1. So before but1, you have to have these ones, but because B comes first, you will write 3 bromo first, then 2 methyl but1. Shashwat Pangi, Pudina, now correct. Yes. So make sure that you learn to rearrange the structures. Otherwise, you might make mistakes. So learn to rearrange, and first of all, you need to learn to convert this one to understandable form that you can understand. So simplify. After simplification, rearrange it so that you have the longest chain as horizontal chain. Initially, when you have practice, obviously you can do in any form. In that case, you won't need to rearrange. For now, try to rearrange. Next question. CH3, then you have single bond H, double bond C. On this carbon, you have CH3, then single bond, you have carbon with hydrogen, CH. But on this carbon, you have CH3 attached. On the same carbon, you have bromine attached. Same carbon, you have and bromine. Now, who will tell me the answer? Don't be in hurry because you will make mistake otherwise. Okay, many correct answers. Mehak, correct. Preeta, correct. Ash, correct. Vandana, correct. Rashad, correct. Varsha, correct. Arohi. Arohi, think again. Check the position of bromine. From where the numbering should start, Arohi. Tulina, correct. Shivangi, correct. Good. So double bond, here you have three carbons. On right side of double bond, here you have only two carbons. It means numbering will start from the left hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it was 4 bromo, 3 methyl, pent 2, 5 carbons, second carbon, double bond. Yes, Ahan. Right. Arohi, lowest sum rule is after the functional group. Lowest sum rule is if there is no functional group or the functional group is symmetrical from both sides. First priority will always be given to functional group, and here double bond is a functional group. Clear? If this would have not been there, then yes, the numbering would have started from right side. 4 bromo, 3 methyl, pent 2.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, when we give number to the chain, won't bromo be considered first because it's the halogen? And if we start the numbering from right hand side, then bromo will get second number, and the double bond will get third number. So, and the methyl group also will get third number. So, according to the lowest sum group, I think that should be considered.
Is that clear? Arohi?
So,
Methyl and bromine are not functional groups. Functional groups will decide the numbering if they are present. If suppose it would have been like this, single bond here, then yes, there is no functional group. Bromine will decide the number. But if functional group is present, functional group first will decide from which end it is closer. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. And sir, also if in place of bromine or methyl, there would have been a carboxylic acid or an aldehyde, then would they be considered first or the double bond?
Aldehyde or carboxylic acid would have been considered first because they have higher priority. Carboxylic acid has highest priority amongst these.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in that case, those would have decided the numbering.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So it will be 4 bromo, 3 methyl, and 2 A. Now this one, again rearranging CH3, CH, double bond, carbon. On this carbon, you have CH3, then single bond. After single bond, you have carbon, hydrogen, right, CH. On the same carbon, you have basically 2 hydrogens, not write it CH2, and then bromine. Now tell me the answer. This one is slightly tricky. However, it is easy, but slightly tricky. One, there is one methyl group as well. Mehak, no. Consider the main chain, and then you will get the answer. Okay, one answer correct. She answer correct. Varsha, think the main chain and then decide. Arohi, correct. Rita, think the main chain. First, encircle the main chain and then think. Rita, okay. Shivangi, same thing for you. Encircle the main chain. Tuhina, encircle the main chain. Shashwat, no. Mehak, no. Encircle the main chain and then decide. And basically, I think, in previous question by Arohi, I have explained that. Same thing I explained. I said that if the functional group at symmetrical position, then the side chain will decide the numbering. Now look here. Main chain is this one. And don't consider the side chains at the moment. So from right side also 2 carbons on right side of double bond, 2 carbons on left hand side of double bond. But the right side has 2 side chains. So it means right side will decide the numbering. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the chains will decide the numbering because functional group is in the middle. Yes, Sudipta. So it will be 1 bromo, 2 methyl butene. On first position, you have bromine. On second position, you have methyl. And there are 4 carbons with double bond at second. One, two, three, 4. 1 bromo, 2 methyl butene. Now this one, CH3 After that, you have single bond, then you have CH. After that, double bond, then again you have CH, then single bond. After that, you have CH2, ER. Tell me the answer very quickly. It is very easy. Are she correct? One not correct. Easy one, easy one. Quick, quick. It's not that tough. Preeta, where bromine is? You need to mention the position of bromine. Arohi, correct. Yes, Preeta, correct. So you need to include the position there. Tuhina, correct. Shivangi, correct. Shivangi, in between, you don't need to write capital B. Okay, so that will be small b in Butte. Shashwat, correct. Good. So on one, numbering will start from right side because again the double bond is just in between. Right side 2 carbon, left side 2 carbon. But you have side chain on right side. From here, 1 bromo. Correct. 1 bromo, very simple one. And the last one today. Again, this one is CH2. Then you have double bond. Then you have carbon, and on this carbon you have CH3. Then you have single. After that you have CH2. Then you have Br. Tell me the answer. Don't be in hurry. Okay, Ashi, you need to include the position of double bond. However, this answer is correct. Okay, answer is correct. One correct. Good. Ahan, correct. Arohi, correct. Ashi, yes, this one is better. Shashwat, correct. Good. 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 Tuhina, correct. Mehat, correct. Good. Varsha, think from numbering. This is the functional group, Varsha. If functional group is present, this will decide the numbering from which side it should be. Preeta, correct. Shivangi, correct. Preeta, think again. Functional group is only double bond here. Only double bond is functional group. If functional group is present and it is closer to one end, it will decide the numbering from left hand side, not from right hand side. Okay. So in this case, numbering will be from left hand side because the double bond is on the left hand side, closer to left hand side. And the main chain is this. It is 3 bromo, 2 methyl, top 1. You can say propene because in this case, obviously double bond has to be on the left hand side on the terminal carbon. Otherwise, you can't say it 3 bromo.